Hello and welcome to Breakpoint, the only show in Mzansi that keeps you informed about what's happening in and out the court in the world of tennis, while also shining a spotlight on South Africa's current and emerging tennis stars. Two South African wheelchair tennis stars achieved a remarkable feat by winning doubles Grand Slam titles at the French Open in Paris. Donald Rampadi claimed the quad doubles Grand Slam championship at the clay court event, adding his name to the history books. He became the first male South African, both able-bodied and wheelchair-bound, to win a French Open title since David Adams in the year 2000. The world's number 4 received a warm welcome at the airport from the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Zizi Godwa, SASCOC board member Khotso Mokoena, Tennis South Africa, fans and the media.
Thank you everyone for being here. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge our minister for gracing us with his presence, to welcome the champion here. Congratulations. On behalf of SASCOC, you have done well. And we are very happy to see this kind of performance from you because it has inspired a lot of other para-athletes, especially going into the Paralympic Games in 2024 next year. You have done very well. We are super proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What brings us here today is to celebrate a hero, a para-athlete who has went to conquer the world and just won the Grand Slam in France, and we are here to celebrate his winning.
I think I will echo Khotso's words. Donald, we are super proud as a federation to see one of our own, reaching this kind of heights in the sport.
It was a normal match, to be honest. That's how I went to the match. But when we were about to start, Andy Lepton from my partner from UK, he was like, "I know you got nerves," and I didn't have nerves at the time. I just wanted to play. For me, it was a normal thing. But I started getting nerves towards the match because now I started realizing, actually, this is big, and if I can win this is going to be a big thing. If I can win this on my birthday, this is going to be extra special. So I just moved to world number 4 last week. So we're looking forward to before the end of the year, I should be in the top 3, top 2 maybe. So yeah, we're looking towards it. Yeah.
The excitement over the past few weeks, few months, have really been exciting from a sporting front in South Africa, both domestically and abroad. Our athletes have been doing exceptionally well. I had an opportunity to speak to Donald telephonically after he won, as well as Khotso, and I'm quite excited about the achievement. Besides the excitement about the call, we're quite excited that the country is behind them.
Look, it's a lot of work, so it's different dimensions. So obviously on the technical side, especially at the level when you have a tournament next week, obviously it's almost games and more games. But obviously on the mental side of things, which is where the psychologist comes in, that's where we really had to really get the guy ready mentally and make sure that obviously he's ready for the challenge that lies ahead. Because I mean, it's quite important that obviously when he reached Australian Open finals in January, now we continue with the momentum. So we had to work on that psyche to make sure that he continues the momentum and he keeps believing that he can actually do it. So obviously on the other side is just making sure that he can play and he's quite confident.
It's been not an easy journey. It's been really tough, but I don't think I would have done it without my team. Thank you, Sian Kachele. Thank you, Doc, for being there for me. When I'm about to give up, they tell me that you got this, you can do it and all that. So thank you everyone who's been supporting me.
In another monumental achievement for South Africa, Khotso Montjane, the country's leading women's player, joined Rampadi on the prestigious Roland Garros podium. Montjane, who had previously reached 6 doubles finals at a Grand Slam tournaments between the years 2019 and 2022, including Roland Garros, the Australian Open, the US Open and Wimbledon, has finally secured her well-deserved Grand Slam champion title. Montjane is the first South African woman to win a French Open title since Marianne de Swart in 2000. Montjane also conquered the French Riviera Open trophy a week later, also out in France. She was welcomed home by SASCOG Vice President Lwandile Similane, Limpopo Chief Director of Sports, Arts and Culture Makhabo Khomu, Tennis SA, the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, as well as fans and the media.
We're here to welcome home a champion. I mean, what a great pleasure it is for SASCOG any time that we can welcome home athletes who truly are flying the flag for the country. And KG has always been a great ambassador for South Africa, and it's great to see her succeed, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be than front and center to congratulate her and welcome her home.
We as a team, we were absolutely taken aback by her positivity, and I keep looking towards you because I think it's very important. She was always positive, but she had the setback in terms of not being able to travel to improve her game, because how do you improve your game sitting in South Africa playing with yourself, against the wall? So in order for her to travel and compete, she needed money, which she didn't have. She needed sponsors, she needed help. So we embarked on a journey of positivity. We marketed KG as a potential champion. Our slogan was Road to Number One. And slowly but surely our sponsors bought to our dream.
These people believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, so whatever that is, they came on board 2018, and from 2019, between 2019 and 2022, I started, getting into finals, so yeah, they came on board and we started knocking on to Grand Slam finals. Now we won one. It might be doubles, but it shows that when you are well supported, how far you can really get, So I just hope the country, the corporate world gets it, that when you develop a player from a young age and you believe in their goal, their dream, what is it that it can do for them? So for me, it's like I've been playing catch up, but since they came on board, it showed that when you are supported, you can actually, achieve. So I just hope from here we can keep getting into those Grand Slam finals. Literally been winning the singles one.
I think she's definitely showing young people what can be done, that there's no limitations to life, and that there's a world out there. And she's definitely showing how much she's conquering it. So we're extremely excited for KG.
Tennis South Africa and South Africa proudly celebrate the remarkable achievements of these two incredible wheelchair tennis athletes who have emerged as Grand Slam champions in their respective divisions at the prestigious Roland Garros tournament. We wish them all the best in their future endeavours. South Africa's premier tennis event, the Showdown, was hosted for the first time in the country at Midstream College in Tshwane. The event features 4 esteemed team owners who meticulously draft their teams, handpicking the most promising talents to represent them on the court.
We're at Midstream College enjoying tennis with the top 24 tennis players in South Africa. Actually, it's the top 32 tennis players in South Africa. We are in a different type of tennis format where we play to time and points. And as you can tell, there's a lot of energy. Kids are having a great time. And the kids are also get a chance to win a little bit of money for all of the hard work that they do. Well, a group of us decided that we wanted to assist in terms of giving the players more opportunities to play. For the kids here to be globally competitive, they need opportunities to play tennis. And so this is just another opportunity for them to play tennis. We're going to be looking to create more opportunities for them to play. But we also wanted to create a format that would be enjoyable, new, and bring energy to the fans who are watching and to the players to give them opportunity to showcase their skills, which they are doing fantastically well today.
I love the format. I think it adds a whole different dimension of pressure. The kids are playing for a little bit of money, which adds pressure. You could see the start of the ties today, lots of nerves. So that's good. We're creating, with this format, creating a lot of pressure situations, which is what the sport comes down to. So great for the kids to constantly have pressure situations in a bit of a different format. So while having fun, also dealing with the pressures that the sport deals.
Yeah, obviously my daughter's playing and I've been a tennis parent for quite a while. And when this idea came up of having like an IPL a style tennis where we actually have the excitement and the music and a bit, not that hushed silence that you sometimes have, to create a bit of energy and obviously to put a bit of sponsorships back into the sport. I really thought it was something good, and if you look at the individuals that are here, the businesses, there's massive opportunities for networking as well. And I really believe this type of tennis is going to become something really, really big, especially in South Africa. If you just think of the Varsity Cup and where we can go with that, what's happened. We really want to scale this to be able to get more kids to play tennis at this level, to show how really good the South African tennis talent pool is.
We had 4 groups of owners that stepped up and put up money in order to create this event and to buy players for the event. There's going to be a 50,000 Rand prize for the winning team. And most of that contribution comes from the owners and from the sponsors that the owners were able to bring into the event.
The Showdown introduced their time format where players strive to accumulate as many points as possible within a set duration. This fast-paced, high-energy format, which most players are not used to, allows them to unleash their creativity and amaze the spectators with their shot-making abilities.
I think it's a really good format. It's like I played tennis in the States, and college tennis is very like this. It's high intensity from the start, first point, every single point counts, and I think this format was a really good intro to the junior, like there was junior tennis players here as well, and it was nice to play with them, and yeah, there's good players, and I really think there's a future for Tennis South Africa.
It's a very strange format. I've never played like this, but it's so interesting because the points go so quick and you win 2 and then you lose 2 and then it's just so quick the whole time. It's big because you know that you have to do good for your team to do good. So you must either win far or lose quite closely. So yeah, the pressure, it is a bit tough.
So this is very different to the normal tennis we play down here because we don't necessarily have all the music in the background, fast food, caravans in the corners, family and friends coming through a lot just to have a really good day. So the energy is definitely different. I mean, the competition is still the same, but you always have that constant noise in the background with music. I mean, certain people will be tipped off about it because it's unusual, but then certain people actually feel more comfortable. And also with the support as well, that was a very big difference in the competition because finally you actually have players and coaches on the court, literally in the green areas, cheering you on, pumping you up, keeping you focused. So this was a very great experience actually. This was something new to learn for the future because in college apparently this is exactly the same as it is, So this is really building, us tennis players who are going to college either end of this year or early next year, and to really prepare us to what we're going into. So it was a very good experience for us, all of us.
Quite different, it's very rushed, if I want to say that, and I feel like we don't have a lot of time in between, and it's a bit nerve-wracking, I won't lie, and I kind of enjoy it, but I would definitely say I prefer the normal format.
The finals were between the Optimum CIFA Rockets and Axnosis Badgers. It was the Optimum CIFA Rockets team that soared to victory, triumphing over the Axnosis Badgers with a 216 for 194 score in the first ever showdown.
It was amazing. I had all the feels. We started pretty good. At the end, we ended off pretty well. I think everyone did a great job. We pulled through.
So I won the most valuable player of the tournament. And no, I was not expecting to win this award, but I think having a great team around me, great manager Ollie, it's just great. It was a great day, and I came up and played great. Oh, it's a perfect event. I mean, this is exactly what Tennis South Africa needed to get the exposure out there that we need. And I'm really hoping that this event brings some money back into Tennis South Africa and helps us further the potential we have here with the talent.
We're going to have many of these showdown events. There's one that's being planned in the next couple of weeks. It'll be a different format between 2 of the biggest academies in the country, players playing together. So I'm sure you'll hear more about that as we move along.
The Showdown, South Africa's premier team tennis event, lived up to its expectations with electrifying matches, dynamic formats, and great camaraderie atmosphere, and an unforgettable experience for the players and spectators. The world-class tennis on display truly made the first Showdown a memorable event. Gauteng North Junior Tennis hosted 3 weeks of back-to-back J60 ITF tournaments at Tux Tennis University of Pretoria in Tshwane. The junior tournaments are a great platform for our local players to gain experience and to improve their ranking points.
Good morning, we're here at Tux LC de Villiers Sport Grounds. I'm Shireen Lewitz, involved in Gauteng North Junior Tennis, and we are very proud and excited to have been able to host week 2 and 3 of the J60 ITF in Pretoria. We were very lucky that we had almost full draws, a lot of international players. We had some groups that attended last year's J60s with us, and they came back with bigger groups. It was absolutely fantastic, and we really think that they enjoyed this. We tried to make this about the players, we tried to make this about tennis, and we try to give the international players something to return for. So with all the J60s and all the other ITFs, there's qualifying draws, 32 for boys, 32 for girls. There's no actual criteria unless you've got some points. Obviously they do look at your national ranking as well. And the qualifyings are normally played over the weekend prior to the start of the event. So each Saturday and Sunday of the 2 events we had our qualifying draws, and the 4 lucky boys and girls who won those events were able to proceed to join the main draw.
It was 2 weeks of fantastic tennis. The prestigious tournament saw top boys and girls battling it out for the right to be crowned champions, and our local talent didn't disappoint.
So the 3 weeks here, it was really good, it was really strong. My first 2 weeks were not really like the best for me. I didn't perform the way I wanted to perform, and then for this last week I left it all on the court and I played the way I wanted to. It was very difficult, you know, there was a lot of people from other countries and their level was also really high, and it's always nice playing against, you know, people you haven't played before. It's different.
The competition here was unreal. Lots of variety of players from all over the world. Competition was really high, and I'm glad I came up on top today.
It was a tough international competition. I didn't do so well in the singles, but the doubles went really well today.
The finals was good, it was tough, but we managed to stay positive and calm during our match.
I found it very enjoyable as well. It was a bit hotter than we're used to, me and the whole Irish team here, than in Ireland, but everyone was very nice to us, all the players, supervisors, everyone. On court, it was tough to adjust to the altitude, but by the end of probably this week, got used to it. That was good.
So we're very proud of our local players. Obviously they had good competition and some fierce competition from the international rivals. We've got many locals that came from all over the country, Cape Town, KZN, the Free State, some from the Northwest even, and they actually performed very, very well. Most of our local players ended in the top 4 of each event, and doubles was really, really good for our South African players.
My performance better, probably the desire to win. I was pretty hungry for the tournament. I was practicing a lot. I want to thank my coach, Jamie Onsens, for helping me develop and prepare for this tournament. It was a tough tournament, and I'm sure he'll be happy with the result.
The finals was really good. It was, I think, one of my quicker matches. But I mean, I played the best today so far from all 3 weeks, so I was really happy about that.
Thank you for all the opportunities that we can play ITFs in South Africa as well.
We are really working hard as Gauteng North Junior Tennis to make these events something that people want to attend from all across the country. And for us, relationship building is very important. So we are working hard together with TSA and the ITF to see if we can actually get more in our region. We share region with other countries as well, but we are hoping and we're going to push very hard to be able to bring you a J60 and a grade 3 for next year.
This tournament is a stepping stone and a great exposure to international competition for our players. Congratulations to all the players, and we hope to see you all again next year. Breakpoint sponsorship has helped strengthen the foundations of tennis in South Africa, particularly at grassroots level. The sponsorship encompasses junior squads and tournaments, club tennis, transformation and development initiatives, as well as master tennis, providing comprehensive support to players and administrators across the country. After a fruitful 6-year collaboration, Breakpoint Properties has decided to bow out of tennis.
So the Breakpoint Properties sponsorship partnership ran its normal course and has come to its conclusion. I'm happy to say that Tennis South Africa has benefited hugely from this sponsorship partnership. And what it's enabled us to do is to build up a significant level of financial reserve. It's helped us grow our membership, which also contributes towards our finances. And I'm happy to say that as we currently stand, Tennis South Africa is in a strong financial position. And that will enable us, in turn, to seek alternative sponsors. And it also enables us to give us a little bit of a breathing space in terms of identifying our specific brands within our sport that we can approach individual sponsors for. So historically, the partnership with Breakpoint has covered a number of our brands. For instance, there's been the Super 8s, which is the elite junior competition, this junior nationals. It's also assisted masters. And we've also had the 4 development hubs that we've had in South Africa, one at Westridge, one at 3 Anchor Bay in Cape Town, one at Hammanskraal, and also at Soweto. We are certainly looking to approach a number of sponsors to take on each one of those particular brands. Yes, and of course, within the whole Breakpoint sponsorship, there was assistance with helping Tennis South Africa's capacity with its administration, which is also important because without capacity you can't actually deliver. That has been a huge benefit as well. So I think the first and foremost thing is that what Tennis South Africa is able to offer a sponsor is that we have absolutely exemplary governance, and that sponsors need to know that whatever they commit to with Tennis South Africa, the money is going to be spent in that way. Secondly, what sponsors are going to be having the benefit of doing is that they're going to be joining Tennis South Africa in any one of those particular brands, and we would engage with them specifically to see how we can work together. Tennis South Africa aspires to be inclusive with all its stakeholders and grow both our brand and, in fact, also the sponsor's brand as such. So to sum up, Tennis South Africa's financial position is sound at the moment and will certainly be sound for at least another 18 months whilst we reinvigorate our brand of tennis and our different brands within tennis. In terms of supporting our development programs, we will look to manage those and not lose the momentum that we have.
Breakpoint's commitment with Tennis SA 6 years ago aimed to help grow the foundations of the sport and to provide people of all ages and backgrounds with the opportunity to learn, compete and excel. We couldn't be more delighted with the positive impact that the sponsorship has had on the sport of tennis in South Africa to date. Well, tennis lovers, that brings us to the end of what has been another exciting episode of Breakpoint. Do make sure that you join us on our social media platforms and tell us about your personal tennis experience, and also keep us updated with the action of your favorite SA tennis stars on and off the court. Make sure that you're sharing those photos and your videos of that tennis program using #BreakpointShow. Tag us on all social media platforms. On Twitter, it is @TennisSA. On Facebook, we are Tennis South Africa, or find us on Instagram, it is @tennis_SA. Until next month, bye for now.